If you thought robots were impressive last year, just wait until you see what our fellow tech nerds have come up with now. In just the last 12 months, we've seen humanoids go from barely standing to running, lifting, and reacting to random chaos like professional athletes. Atlas from Boston Dynamics, for example, is no longer just a social media sensation, but an early prototype of what may be the first generation of robots to move, think, and adapt like humans. If this is starting to sound like the beginning of a Terminator-like situation, Geoffrey Hinton and his colleagues feel the same way. Geoffrey Hinton, known as the godfather of AI, is one of the most respected pioneers in artificial intelligence. In 2025, Hinton expressed deep concern that advances in AI, especially when combined with robotics and autonomous weapon systems, could make wars easier to start and could lead to catastrophic outcomes. He has cautioned that killer robots and drones are lowering the human cost of war and making conflicts easier to start, and has repeatedly stated that unregulated AI systems could potentially lead to situations where autonomous machines cause harm, with decision-making speeds and behaviors outside of human oversight. Atlas has always been ahead of the curve, showing off jaw-dropping acrobatics and dances, but the latest version has something even more incredible: a large behavior model, or LBM, that lets it operate its whole body as one unified system. No more separate code for arms and legs. Every movement, from picking up a box to squatting or pivoting, flows from a brain-like network that learns by demonstration, not endless lines of code. Engineers at Boston Dynamics and the Robotics AI Institute started this collaboration about a year ago, and it's paying off in spades. In the latest demos, Atlas can walk, crouch, lift, sort, and even recover from mistakes in real time. During one test, researchers purposely disrupted its workflow, slamming a box lid or pushing things off target, and Atlas seamlessly adapted, reopening lids or grabbing what it needed without skipping a beat. Without AI, this type of human-like behavior would be nearly impossible. AI has enabled real-time adaptation that was previously impossible with traditional programming. This matters because instead of taking weeks to program new skills, Atlas can now learn complex, multi-step tasks from a handful of demonstrations. By training one large neural network to handle both balance and manipulation together, Boston Dynamics is setting the stage for robots that can tackle the unpredictable messiness of real workplaces. And starting this year, Atlas is hitting the factory floor. Hyundai's Meta plant in Georgia is running pilot programs to see how this all-electric robot can lift heavy loads, sort materials, and work alongside humans. The new Atlas is already agile, capable of spinning, crawling, and even cartwheeling. But its endurance, strength, and energy efficiency mean it can finally compete on a factory line. But Atlas isn't alone in breaking barriers. There is a lot of rapid development happening in Asia, often funded by governments. In China, humanoids built by Unitree are delivering agile movement at a fraction of Atlas's price point, with some models capable of flips and real-world walking. And South Korea's Alex robot brings muscle-like precision, allowing for delicate assembly tasks. Imagine a machine threading a needle in 1 second, then carrying a heavy box the next. Meanwhile, the figure robot's Helix controller lets it balance on uncertain terrain, even walking blind, by using real-time feedback that hype videos 5 years ago could only dream of. Techman in Taiwan is deploying NVIDIA-driven AI to power robots for factories, service roles, and warehouse logistics, while also integrating voice and vision so robots will soon be able to see and hear their way through crowded, unpredictable environments. Underwater robotics is also making waves, no pun intended. Chinese academic teams have engineered a robot that weighs barely more than a pen, yet has swum and crawled at depths deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Designed for scientific exploration, it switches between swimming and walking modes using shape memory springs, picking up live sea creatures gently and navigating delicate ecosystems that were previously off-limits to human divers. This breakthrough could unlock new frontiers in marine biology and resource exploration, and proves that even in the most remote, hostile places, AI-driven robots are already extending our reach. If you're wondering what all these robotics breakthroughs mean for everyday life, not just for deep-sea explorers or factory operators, there's great news. Robots are finding practical applications for everyday use. At the University of Edinburgh, engineers unveiled a robot capable of brewing coffee in a home kitchen jammed with all the messy unpredictability that humans create. This robot can interpret voice commands, scan its surroundings, and, if someone moves the mug halfway through, just adapt, opening drawers, tracking objects, and adjusting its grip on the fly. The team achieved this by combining 7 independently controlled joints with AI that can process verbal instructions, visual cues, and motion planning all at once. Instead of brittle, pre-programmed steps, this robot reasons, adapts, and learns, just like a human cook improvising breakfast during the morning rush. With robots getting smarter and smarter, security advancements are also being made. In South Korea, Hyundai Motor Group and Suprema are working side by side to integrate facial recognition and robots for building management. Already, dozens of facial ID devices and fleets of robots are patrolling Korea's first robot-friendly commercial building, handling not just security, but also food and package delivery, and even interfacing with elevators and automated doors without human input. The goal is to make building security not just smarter, but seamless, where robots move through spaces as naturally as people, ensuring safety and efficiency at every turn. Even the animal kingdom hasn't gone unnoticed. For better or for worse, robots are literally entering every aspect of our lives. In Sweden, a startup called Immuneo has designed Luna, a robot dog with a digital nervous system that learns purely through interaction, not gigabytes of labeled data. Luna's trainers aren't roboticists, but real dog trainers, teaching the robot how to walk, adapt, and even improvise in real-world scenarios.
No billion-dollar data center in the background, there's no pre-training on massive amounts of data, there's no offline simulations. We have created the first software that allows any machine to learn like humans and animals do.
Without the need for massive training centers or industry-grade simulations, Luna learns on the go, figuring things out through play, setbacks, and successes. This kind of adaptable machine could lead the way to robots suited for disaster recovery, deep-sea missions, or even space exploration. Anywhere, conditions are too unpredictable for rigid, rule-based programming. The real breakthrough isn't just the hardware. Across robotics, AI brains are becoming more powerful and accessible. Boston Dynamics Atlas now runs on NVIDIA's Jetson Thor platform, a super compact yet incredibly efficient chip capable of crunching vision, sensor input, and balance models in real time. Open-source frameworks like Isaac Lab and Omniverse make it possible to test tens of thousands of scenarios in simulation, then seamlessly transfer those learned behaviors to physical robots. It's the dawn of an era where every new improvement in machine learning or cloud computing means robots get smarter, not just for one model, but for hundreds being trained in parallel across the world. So what's next for AI robotics? We're seeing the humanoid race heat up across the US, China, South Korea, and beyond. Robots are now stepping up in manufacturing, unlocking new discoveries at the bottom of the sea, helping keep our offices and homes secure, and even learning human-like skills in our own kitchens. The coming year is set to bring even more mind-blowing developments, as major players focus on making robots not just stronger and faster, but truly collaborative partners in our daily lives. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There's a very dark side to AI-powered robots.
People say that it will create new jobs though, so we'll be fine.
Yes, and that's been the case for other technologies, but this is a very different kind of technology. If it can do all mundane human intellectual labour, then what new jobs is it going to create?
Hinton also warned that eventually there won't be a single job AI can't replace. Roles once considered AI-proof aren't safe. Sooner or later, even jobs in the trades like plumbing, electrical work, and carpentry will be done by AI-powered robots. This wave is coming fast, and most people will be caught off guard. By Hinton standards, the average job is relatively mundane and easily automated. If you're an office worker, your job is probably at risk. So what's the smartest thing you can do right now to protect yourself? Learn how to use AI to build wealth. So when everyone else is freaking out about losing their job, you have another source of income that keeps you clothed and fed. I recently discovered a unique way of making money online that 99% of people have never even heard of. It's been around since the 1980s, but the internet boom and now AI has made it way more accessible for the average person than ever before. With all the free and cheap AI tools out there, you can automate 90% of the work and still make thousands of dollars per month while working just a few hours per week. The best part is that you don't need to quit your job. This works perfectly alongside any 9-to-5 job. If you want to learn how this works, just click the link in the description and watch the free video.